you face these obstacles and challenges that come to your life. And I know it takes self-confidence, and self-confidence is a skill. Confidence can be learned. Confidence can be grown. Confidence can be built. And today I want to give you three ways that you can build your self-confidence starting right now. Okay. Number one is this. You got to build your belief in what's possible. Build your belief in what's possible. Okay. Here's the deal. Romans 10:17 says this, that faith or belief comes through hearing. So what are you telling yourself? When you're hanging from the bar and your grip's getting ready to fail and the G-forces are feeling real and the grind is, you feel like, holy cow, it's pressing me on every side. What are you telling yourself in that moment? Because whatever you're telling yourself, you're hearing that, and your belief comes through hearing. So you got to pay a man's got to pay attention to what he's telling himself, because the direction of your life will absolutely go in that direction. Belief comes through hearing. I love the saying, somebody said, I can't remember who said it, but they said, the secret of your success is in your secrets. Jesus said it like this: what's done in secret will be shouted from the rooftops. What's done in secret, everybody's going to know. So what's happening privately is going to be expounded publicly. So the secret to your success is in your secrets. What secrets are you telling yourself? Because whatever secrets you're telling yourself are going to be shouted. They're going to be seen. They're going to be displayed for this world to see. A man's got to be careful with how he talks to himself, the things he's saying to himself. Your belief is going to be built. Your belief, positive or negative, is going to be built on how you're speaking to yourself, first and foremost. And your family's going to know the difference. Your wife's going to know the difference. Your employees, the people you work with, they're going to know the difference. Your bank account's going to know the difference for sure. So number one, how to build confidence. Number one, build your belief in what's possible. Like, pay attention to the things you're saying to yourself. Number two, preparation and practice, right? Any great athlete puts in preparation and practice time. Any man that's skilled in his work and his craft, you can tell, like mastery is when what you do seems so easy and it doesn't take any conscious resources. Like, you do it, you've put the reps in, you've put the practice in, you've put the preparation in, you've put the time in to make it, to master the craft. And the more you prepare, the more reps you take. Like, Jorge, you're starting almost from scratch in this financial world. Like, you got to do a lot of door knocking initially, right? And you're probably going to get a lot of no's. But every knock is a rep. Every knock is preparation for your future. Every knock is practice. Every time you take the leap off the rock wall and grab the bar in business, in life, in marriage, it's practice, it's a rep, it's preparation for your future. It's making you stronger. It's building your confidence. Even if you fall and land on your butt, a man who gave it his all says, I gave it my all. Because your identity as a man isn't attached to the outcome, it's attached to the effort that you put into it. And at the end of every day, you know whether you gave it your all or not. I remember my coaches when I'm back in my playing days, from Pee Wee through Division I. The mantra was the same. Palmazzano, don't come off that field if you got more in you. You leave it all out on the field. When a man walks on, listen, fellas, look at me for a moment. There's going to come a day when the greatest game ever ends. That's the game of your life. It's the most significant stadium a man will ever play in, the stadium of your life. In that stadium is your family. In that stadium is your faith. In that stadium is your business. It's you in the marketplace. It's you working your craft. It's you giving it your all. One day that final whistle is going to blow. And when you walk off the playing field of life, I want you to have said, I left it all out on the field. I gave it my all. I'm not taking anything with me. Like I was generous. I was a generous man because I gave everything I had to this game of life, faith, to the greatest head coach who's ever coached, God the Father. So that preparation, embrace it. Oh my gosh. I heard this quote on Michael Jordan. Let me share it with you real quick. I believe it was 2012, fellas. I'm sorry to rant, but somebody needs to hear this today. I think the year was 2012. It was the Barcelona Olympics. Michael Jordan just came off of 3 back-to-back championships. So he's exhausted, but he's playing in the Olympics too. And he, of course, he doesn't have to go, but he wants to go. And he said this, he said, I want to go because I want to see how the other guys embrace the reps, the practice, the preparation. Jordan fell in love with practice. He fell in love with the preparation. And he goes, I want to see how the Charles Barkleys, the Stocktons, I want to see how those guys handle the preparation. And he got there and he couldn't believe it. How nonchalant and lackadaisical the other guys were about practice. They were so half-hearted. Jordan said, I was disgusted and I walked out. And he said this, they have deceived themselves as to what the game requires of them. So many men walking planet Earth in this great stadium of life have deceived themselves as to what the game of life requires of them, as to what being a disciple of Christ is all about, as to what following Jesus is all about, as to what being a godly husband and a godly father is all about. They have deceived themselves as to what this game requires of them, because it's not easy. It feels like a grind sometimes. It feels like the G-forces are getting ready to rip us limb from limb, but greater is he that is in us than he that is in the world. And you got this. Why? Because you are bigger than any obstacle or any challenge that comes your way because of who's in you. Right? So number one, in building your own self-confidence against these challenges and obstacles, is building belief in yourself, building belief in who God created you to be. And that comes through hearing. Careful of the things you say to yourself. Number two, embrace practice and get those reps in. Get those reps in. Keep trying, keep plugging away, keep doing your thing, keep working your craft. Number three, take courageous action. You want to build self-confidence, take courageous action. So many men have sidelined themselves. They have moved themselves off the playing field of life. Some have even taken themselves out of the arena, but not us. Not us. We're going to stand tall. We're going to stand strong. We're going to keep moving. We're going to keep taking action, because that's what we do. That's what winning is all about. That's how we win our days. Don't worry about next year, next 5 years, win today. On the playing field today, give it everything you got. Today, be mindful of what you're saying to yourself. Today, embrace the practice and the repetitions. Today, take courageous action. And tomorrow, you'll have the fruit, because you're going to reap what you sow. You can't get around it. God set it up that way. We can't get outside of God's laws. A man will always reap what he has sown. Courageous action is beautiful. You were built to take courageous action, fellas.